Kaydeen, back with another video. While we're getting into it, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Hit the notification bell and become a part of the notification gang. So, as you can tell by the title, today's video is a fragrance chat. Let's chat it up, talk about our favorite fragrances. What's the difference between a niche house, a luxury house, and a celebrity fragrance line? Figure out what type of scents we like. You know, do you like fruity, floral, etc. It's probably gonna be like a little bit of a long video, not too long, because this is not like an extensive fragrance perfume collection. I have over, I want to say, close to 100 perfumes. So this is not an extensive fragrance collection video. That's coming at a later date. So today, this is just like, you know, let's get our feet wet, you know, let's tiptoe. For those who are like new to fragrances, you always like smelling good, but like you probably just buy like the old classics, or you just like buy a lot of Bath and Body Works spray, which is nothing wrong with that because Bath and Body Works has perfume as well, and their sprays do smell good. It just depends on what smell you're going for, because they don't just have like the little young fruity scents. They have like grown woman scents now too, Victoria's Secret as well. So you know, this is just to get you in some more like perfumes that you probably would have never even tried because you've never heard of this brand, or you like, you know, you a newbie, and it's okay. Like, we all learning together, okay? So, first things first, what is the difference between a niche house, a luxury house, and a celebrity fragrance line? Okay, so a niche house is a company that only makes perfumes, and they might offer other scent-based products. For example, they might offer like lotions, which is rare, but they might offer lotions and candles and maybe body oils, but that's like the extent of like other products beyond fragrance that they offer. A designer fragrance house is a fragrance house that is like attached to an already established luxury designer, and a celebrity fragrance line is kind of like self-explanatory. It's a fragrance line from a celebrity. So, an example of a niche fragrance house is something like Habibi New York, or Navitus, or Maison Francis Kurkdjian, or Kilian, Byredo, Xerjoff, just to name a few. And for designer fragrances, it's like Tom Ford, YSL, Coach, Versace, Christian Dior, Louis Vuitton, because they do have fragrances. So, you know, those are designer fragrances. And a celebrity fragrance line is like, you know, KKW, which is, you know, Kim Kardashian, Rihanna, because she has like a bunch of fragrances, Ariana Grande, Justin Bieber, Britney Spears. Like, those are like celebrity fragrance lines. How to find a niche house? I'm about to be so straight up with y'all. I didn't even know what the heck a niche fragrance house was until I joined the Black Girl Fragrance group on Facebook. And after seeing people saying like, you know, if you don't really like a lot of designer perfumes, you can try a niche fragrance house. And I'm like, what is that? But I am the person where if you mention something to me, I Google it. Okay? I didn't even know what a niche fragrance house was until like 2 months ago. So this is me being transparent. So I'm not sitting here and act like I'm this big expert or anything, because I don't really like a lot of designer perfumes, being honest. I don't care how much it costs. If I feel like it stinks, then it stinks and I'm not buying it. Perfect example, Tom Ford perfumes, to me, no offense, they don't smell appealing. No offense, because remember y'all, these are just my opinions. We all have our own opinions, and if you feel like you like Tom Ford, then that's okay. Y'all, I had to turn the light on, because let me tell y'all how I'm sitting here filming, and yes, I was using the natural sunlight in my ring light, but I'm like, it's getting dark. I don't want the video to be dark. Sorry. find niche fragrance houses. Honestly, I would Google fragrances, y'all. And I would go on the websites that like, because you can't look for something if you don't know what it is, right? It's not like I could tell you, oh, go search for the name, what fragrance house. Like, you know what I mean? You have to go on websites like fragrancex.com, fragrancenet.com, and Perfume X. Those type of websites have thousands of perfumes. And they usually have the OG formula. People like to think like they're getting like the knockoffs. No. Those websites usually have the OG formula because a lot of time perfume houses, they like to reformulate. And most times, y'all, the reformulation just be, we did not ask for this. We did not ask you to change the formula. If it's not broke, don't fix it. And a lot of times they reformulate and it's just like, nobody asked you for that. So those websites are really good and they're authentic. They're legit, y'all. Those websites are really good for getting like the classic formulation of a perfume. Most times, I'm not going to sit here and say all the time, but most times they usually have the formulation that was originally dropped, the one that most people are raving about and didn't even realize it was a whole new reformulation. So yeah, I would go on those websites and I would just look at fragrances, look for different ones. Also, Amazon has a lot of bomb fragrances from some niche houses like Swiss Arabian, which makes a lot of like Middle Eastern oud-y type of scents that smell real good, in my opinion. But oud is definitely an acquired smell. Yeah. So I would go on those type of websites, look for them, and then I would look on how to get samples. For example, if you find a perfume house that you like, hey, Juliet has a gun. All right, I want to try these. Y'all, if you don't have money like that, you do not have to buy a $300, $400 perfume to smell it if it's not available in stores. Don't do that to yourself. You do not have to do that. You can literally buy a bunch of samples. Hold on, let me show y'all. Okay, y'all. This is what I mean by buying samples. This is a lipstick holder I got from Amazon for $6.99. These are all my samples so far. I have more samples on the way from a few companies, from Xerjoff, Byredo. I think Xerjoff and Byredo is all I'm waiting on right now. But don't give me the lying, because your girl just be trying to get like new samples, just trying new perfumes, because I'm not a fan of like a lot of mainstream perfumes. So yeah. Oh, and some Le Labo samples. Even Zara, I think with their Jo Malone collab, they have samples too, and samples are cheap. So you can get it from there. You can get, I know a lot of people like the little Chase Scents perfume oils. I haven't tried it, but you can try that. There's also, and I'm saying a lot, sorry. There's also like, there's a lot of websites you can try perfume samples. Just Google perfume samples. There are a lot of websites that offer decants. But yeah, these are my samples. I have Habibi New York right here. I have some Mason Francis Kurkdjian, some Kilians, Mancera and Montel. I have some Replica. I have some K. Ali. I have some Louis Vuitton. I have Xerjoff samples. I have some, what are these? I have an MCM sample, Fenty samples, some Viktor and Rolf samples, House of Sillage. I have, these came, y'all, I can't even tell y'all what fragrance this is. It's called Exceptional Because You Are. Got these are like dabbers. These are the only two dabbers. Not the only two, I'll show you my other ones. But yeah, these were like deluxe samples, because when I bought my Killian fragrance, I think they gave me like 2 deluxe samples. They were free in December. And one of these is, this one is a room spray. So a lot of them be making room sprays too, y'all. But yeah, this is what I keep my samples in. I'm gonna need another one, obviously. I have more samples coming. I have so many more fragrance houses I want to try. But y'all, don't be afraid to buy samples. It is better to spend $15 on 4 samples and you don't like 3 of them, but you like 1, versus buying 4 full-size bottles and you don't like 3 of them, but you like 1. You know what I mean? So, yeah. Get into the samples. Be about that sample, like from Neiman, Saks, wherever. And go take a day where you're going, like, you don't have to go shopping. Get dressed up, get cute, you know, and go to the fragrance counter and go smell. Go Macy's. I went to Macy's, if y'all saw my other vlog. I went to Macy's like before I had COVID. So it was like a month ago. But that's because I went to Baltimore, and I'm not like familiar with that Macy's, but to me, for it to be Macy's, they did not have a lot of fragrances. So you can still go to Macy's though, because usually when I go to Macy's, Macy's has a lot of fragrances. So I would just go there. They'll give you samples, you know, especially if you make a purchase. So don't be afraid to try the samples, y'all. Do not be afraid to try samples, because your girl has a lot of samples right here, and ain't no shame in my game, right? Okay, I'm going to show y'all my other dabbers. Okay, so these are dabbers that I got from Burlington, right? I didn't know they were dabbers. I just saw that they were perfumes, and I was like, I want to try those. Mind you, I've had these for so long. I had them for about 6 or 7 months now. I forgot about them until till I moved here. And I was like, oh yeah, I got some little Ferragamo dabbers. So y'all, this is how I say to sample, because I tried these. I don't like Eleganza or Infiora, so I purchased Signorina Misteriosa, because, you know, black bottle perfumes for the most part be smelling real good and date night-ish. Like, those are like the best perfumes for date nights, and this one is definitely a vibe for a date night. And I want to get Signorina. I have to get it. Slipped my mind, but I'm going to get it. So yeah, those are my samples. There's another website, I think it's called Micro Perfumes. They do samples, but honestly, you guys, perfume site that does like dabbers. I don't like dabbers, so I am not a fan. And the only reason these dabbers are kind of okay is because they're kind of shaped. They're shaped exactly like the big bottle. I have a big bottle over there. They're shaped exactly like the big bottle, and it's not as messy. Like, let me show y'all. This is what we mean by dabbers. I've been talking, realizing like some of y'all don't know. This is what I mean by a dabber, y'all. It doesn't have like a spray. It's not a roller ball. It's a dabber. So you would take it and you would just dab, dab, dab. I love it. It smells like, it's like sexy, but like fruity a little bit. So yes, that's what I mean by a dabber. And of course, y'all know, like a little spray. Yeah. They also have roller balls, but roller balls are usually not samples. Samples usually don't come in roller balls because it's kind of too small. These bottles are too small to put a roller ball on them. So samples are usually like your travel sizes. Now, if you're confident in a perfume and you want to just get the roller ball, that's cool. But to me, if you're just trying perfumes, I suggest trying to get samples. So many websites sell samples. And if you find a perfume house, you can go directly to their website, and they usually have samples for cheaper than other people are offering them for. Like, I know people are selling like everybody, like the most popular perfume of last year, Baccarat Rouge 540, they're selling samples of that for like $10. You can go to MFK's website yourself and get like, I think the bigger, they have the 4 samples for $15. I forgot. That's another sample I'm waiting on of some new ones. And then they have the one, I think it's like $30, and it has way more in it. $10 for one sample, or directly from their website, and you can spend $30 and get like 8 to 10 samples. I mean, just trying to help y'all save some coins. So yeah, don't be afraid to sample, y'all. Cause trust, by the time I do my actual perfume video for you guys, I can guarantee I will probably have about 2 or 3 of these tops. Like, probably have 2 or 3 of these because, and the great thing about them is samples last a while. Y'all, I done sprayed some of these samples about 5 times. And look, like, some of them I really have used to the ground. This is Love Don't Be Shy by Killian. I know the girls might want to tussle afterwards, but I like it. I like sweet smelling scents. I don't want to smell like grass clippings and aftershave. No offense, Tom Ford lovers. But I don't want to smell like that. So this one is used a lot and it still is like almost half. So you get a little bit bang for your buck. And Habibi New York, I'll talk to y'all about them a little bit later. They have like, their samples are a little bit bigger than the average sample. And that's part of the reason why I love them. So, my favorite niche houses. So y'all, I discovered, like I said, I just discovered what a niche house is 2 months ago. So I'm fairly new to the niche house world. Not necessarily like I'm new, like I never knew any of them existed. I knew a lot of these brands existed. I just didn't know that's what they were called, you know? My favorite niche houses have to be, this is just so far, because you know, fragrances change. Honestly, y'all, let me tell y'all how. When I was planning my YouTube comeback, right, I already knew I was going to do a fragrance video. This is before I even had this many fragrances. I knew I was going to do a fragrance video. And here I am like, oh, this is my top 5. And I just knew. I just knew that this is going to be my top 5. And y'all, I honestly can say, I don't think any of the fragrances that I was going to show y'all as my top 5 in the fragrance video are my top 5 anymore. So, you know, your taste changes as you get older. As you discover more fragrance houses, you'll figure you like certain brands better than others. Like now, I can honestly say, I am okay with not having a lot of luxury perfumes because I don't like a lot of like the designer. I don't want to say luxury because to me, a lot of niche houses are luxury by price point and quality. So that's why I don't really say luxury fragrance house. It's a designer fragrance house because they're usually from clothing and bag and shoe designers. So I don't like a lot of designer fragrance houses. I think they spend more time on the bottles than the formulation of the fragrances themselves. The bottles they be bougie, they be like real pretty and like they draw you in, but the scent is just like, bruh, I can't, I'm not gonna remember this scent. So I have definitely leaned more towards niche houses, and my favorites are Habibi New York, Xerjoff, and Killian. Now, Habibi New York is a Middle Eastern type of scent house, so it's a lot of ouds. Like I was saying before, ouds are like a particular taste. Like everybody doesn't like ouds, and that's okay. Like, I just want y'all to remember, all of these opinions in this perfume video are my own. They're just about what my taste is and what my scent taste is and like the fragrances I reach for. Like, this is not set in stone. It don't make my taste better than your taste. It doesn't make your taste better than mine if you like Tom Ford and I don't. Or it doesn't make my scents like better than yours because I think something stinks. Like, no, this is just all opinions. But I know people who follow me on IG have been waiting for the fragrance videos. So yeah, Habibi New York. I became a oud lover because of this particular fragrance house. I love them. The prettiest oud I've ever come across comes from their brand, and I'll show it to you later. But Xerjoff, y'all, let me tell y'all how. I've been knew what Xerjoff was, but I smelled any Xerjoff perfumes. I got some samples and I was just like, why am I late to them? They, to me personally, I love them. The thing with niche houses is you'll get more unique fragrances. That's also a major difference between niche houses and designer perfumes and celebrity lines. Celebrity lines tend to be more youthful and playful no matter who it is. All the same type of formulation. And designer fragrances, the bottles tend to be very pretty, but the scents be leaving you like, what is that? Like, why would you want to smell like that? So niche houses tend to have more unique, and unique can be good or bad, but it's different, you know what I mean? Like, they tend to have more unique, different scents, and that is why I've been leaning more towards my niche fragrances. And Kilian, to me, I feel like once something becomes popular, something will be flying under the radar, and the girls who get it, and then once the girls who don't get it get a hold of it, they like to attach the label like overrated onto it and overhyped, and it's like, bruh, people have been wearing these fragrances for 20, 30 years and you never heard of it. It can't be overhyped if it's just now getting some hype. Like, people like to say overhyped a lot. They like to attach the terms overhyped and overrated to a lot of things they literally just discovered 10 seconds ago. So yeah, I think Kilian makes great fragrances. The Liquors collection is nice. And a fun fact about the House of Kilian, the founder and creator of Kilian Fragrances, his last name is Hennessy, because he's literally related to the people who make Hennessy, like the actual liquor. So that's why the Liquors collection is kind of interesting to me, because they do have like boozy scents, like apple brandy on the rocks, which is coming up for me. I'm gonna get that one soon. And Angel Share, and just even some of their other fragrances. Like, they kind of incorporate their alcohol background into the fragrances, which I think is dope. A lot of people don't know that, but House of Kilian fragrances, they're related to the Hennessy people. So I think it's his uncle, but I don't want to give you information because I can't remember what the exact relation is. But yeah, my favorite designer fragrance houses is hard to pick because, like I was saying before, I feel like designer fragrances tend to smell like they're either off-putting, or they spend more time on the bottle than the fragrance, or it's just like they're not memorable, or they all smell the same. It just be like, why didn't you don't have nothing, like you couldn't figure out how to formulate these to make these a little bit like, you know? So this one was hard, y'all, but my favorite, I just want y'all to know when I'm doing my favorites, I'm doing top 3. My favorite designer fragrance houses would be Louis Vuitton, because honestly, you don't hear a lot about Louis Vuitton fragrances, but to me, the girls are sleeping because Louis Vuitton has a nice collection. I remember when I went to Louis, I was looking to get a bag, but I don't know what happened. I guess because the pandemic, everybody had money. When I went to the store, there was no bags. It was bags, but like, I am not a big bag lover. Me on a tangent, but I'm not a big bag lover, because once I have a big bag, I'm throwing everything in there, and then I'm walking around with a bag full of paper and receipts. So I like to stick to like small, medium bags, not the micro bags, because I feel like that's a waste, but like the small, medium type of bags, and the ones I want they didn't have. So I was smelling fragrances, and I was like, I don't be hearing anybody talking about Louis Vuitton fragrances, and to me, they have some great fragrances. I also, Maison Margiela, baby, them replicas. I know the replicas are controversial, okay, y'all? Because one, the name confuses a lot of people. People think they're fake, and no, the term replica is meaning like the scent. He's replicating a scent from a different like memory. So By the Fireplace is literally supposed to replicate you being by the fireplace. I have Coffee Break, baby. I never knew I liked the way coffee smelled in a perfume until I got Coffee Break. There's Autumn Vibes, Whispers in the Library, Lazy Sunday Morning. You got Beach Walk or Beach Day. Like, there's so many, and they're supposed to replicate a certain memory. Like, when you smell them, it'll evoke like, oh yeah, I remember going by the beach, picking shells out the same, like that. So I like them. Now some of them, baby, that By the Fireplace, he can keep that. I don't like that at all. it literally smells like you're too close to the fireplace. I don't like that. I don't like Jazz Club either. One of my favorite YouTubers recommended Jazz Club, but when me and my daughters went to go smell it, it was a unanimous decision. We didn't like it. We liked coffee break though. And either between Michael Kors, I want to say Michael Kors because I only have 2 Versace perfumes, and Michael Kors is kind of slept on when it comes to the perfumes because I want to get Sexy Amber, but Radiant Rose Gold smells great in my opinion. Gorgeous smells real good, and Wanderlust, I don't remember which Wanderlust I have, but that smells great in my opinion too. And it was hard for me to pick that, y'all, because I really don't like a lot of designer fragrances. Like, they all are very similar. And I feel like a lot of people buy it for the name and the status. I mean, if that's what you want to do, I ain't judging you, but I just like, it's too many fragrances out here, y'all. It's millions of fragrances. I ain't buying nothing because of no name. Okay? Now, my favorite celeb fragrances usually come from Rihanna, Ariana Grande, and Paris Hilton. Paris Hilton set like the blueprint for the celebrity fragrances. Paris Hilton by Paris Hilton. I can see people calling it a juvenile fragrance, but being honest, I feel like you should have a few juvenile fragrances in your collection, because sometimes, I know some people aren't a fan of layering, blah, 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 whatever. We layer over here. And I only layer because I like to create a unique scent for myself. But best believe, if I buy a fragrance, I feel like it can stand on its own. I don't buy fragrances that I don't feel like can stand on their own. Because what's the point? What if I'm just going to the corner store? I don't want to pop on 15 perfumes. No. I just want to spray one and be out, you know? So, personally, I like having Paris Hilton in my collection because it's super sweet. I can wear it to bed. I wear it when I'm chilling or a quick grocery run or whatever. It always gets compliments. It's a very highly complimented perfume. It is. It gets compliments because it smells good. And you can use it to tone down some of your other perfumes you feel like might come on a little bit too strong when you don't want to be that strong, you know? So yeah, I like Paris Hilton perfumes. I haven't tried a lot of her other perfumes in a while, but her, Rihanna, people don't like the fancy eau de parfum. I like the fancy perfume because it's different, and I like a little bit of a different smell. Not every day I'm gonna be smelling sweet, and not every day I'm gonna be smelling like super, super strong. I like it. You know, people don't like it, but you know, everybody got different tastes, like I said. Okay, y'all, excuse me. I am so thirsty. So, let's get into the notes of fragrances. So, the top note in a fragrance. So you have top, you have middle notes, and the base notes. The top notes in fragrances are the most dominant scent in a perfume. That's like what you smell off the rip, like what you open it, like that first whiff, or when you spray it, that first whiff, that's that top note. Okay, so the middle note is the scent that emerges from a blend after the top note has evaporated away, and it gives perfumes like that main body. So you know how I don't know if y'all like follow people who do perfume content, but a lot of times people say you wait for that dry down. That's where that middle note comes in. Once you start to get that dry down, dominant smell that you smelled when you first sprayed it, that's when that evaporates, and now you start to get the heart of the perfume, which gives it that main body. Like, that's why they call them the middle notes / the heart notes, because they give it that main body. That's what you smell after the dry down. And you're like, oh, okay, I really do like that. Versus when you sprayed it and you were like, I don't know if I like that. But when you smelled it and it dried down, you're like, oh, okay, I like that. That's that middle note. The base notes are the longest lasting element in a fragrance. So hours later, it might smell different. This is why people say you gotta wear perfumes, wear them with your body chemistry, and see if that you have to wait for the dry down for something to smell good, but that is how fragrances are made. You have a top note, you have a middle note, you have a base note. Those are usually different things. So they're going to smell different. It's going to develop throughout the day. So you might not want to wait for it, but that's just what it's going to be. So that is like, let's say you spray a perfume, right? And like hours later, people can still smell you. They say you smell good. They're smelling that base note. And the base note might not be one thing. It might be different base notes. So that could be a thing too. A lot of times perfumes you have your top notes, your middle notes, and your base notes. And it's like 2 or 3 things, 3 to 4 things on that middle note, because you know, that's the dry down part. And like maybe 2 or 3 things on the base note. But it's different. It just depends on the formulation of the perfume. Some have like not a lot. Some have a lot of notes going on. A popular fragrance that has a lot of notes going on is Cloud by Ariana Grande. That has a lot of notes going on. If people actually take the time to look at the notes, you'd be looking like, why does it have so much? And for people who say it smells like Baccarat Rouge 540, it doesn't smell like Baccarat at all. They don't even have any similar notes. They don't have the same notes. It doesn't smell the same. I get confused. And then I have Cloud 2.0, and I have the Baccarat Rouge 540 Extrait. They don't smell the same either. So I don't know where people are getting this similar smell from. I don't know. It just don't smell the same to me, okay? So let's talk notes, but in details. Like, do you like fruity scents? So let's say you like fruity scents. You might like something like this. This is Kayali's Eat and Juicy Apple. This, to me, people are getting mad because they brought it and they're like, it smells like something from Bath and Body Works. It smells too fruity. Eden Juicy Apple. Apple is a fruit. When you look up the notes, there's what? Red berries, apples, lychee. Those are all fruits. What did you think it was going to smell like? Like, y'all, come on, we gotta do better. Like, it smells so good to me. It's fruity. Yes, it does smell like something from Bath and Body Works, but to me, it smells like an elevated version of that. Like, personally, it's like more, cause you know, like I said before, there's nothing wrong with Bath and Body Works. People be trying to act bougie once they get a little bit of money, like they never spent no money at Bath and Body Works. Child, please. Bath and Body Works has nice. I haven't bought I don't buy Bath and Body Works though. I haven't bought, and when I say that, I don't buy like the fragrances. I stopped buying scented hand lotions because I like went more towards black owned businesses and like butters and such. But I have gotten back into buying like the thick body creams from Bath and Body Works because I like them for hand lotions, because my hands I wash my hands about 45 times a day. No exaggeration. Literally, it's no less than 45 times a day because I don't like my hands to feel dirty. So my cuticles get so dry. So I always have to wash and have to remember, like, Kaydeen, you just washed your hand, put on lotion, put on cuticle oil. I know, a tangent. But yes, Eat and Juicy Apple is that girl. I don't care what anybody say. We can tussle. This is that girl. It smells good. And the notes are similar to my Baccarat Rouge 540 Extrait. So when I wear it, sometimes I pair them. But to me, this is like the little cousin, like the favorite little cousin. And Baccarat is like the older, cool cousin who lets you hang out with her and her friends on Friday night. You know what I mean? Like, this is the younger, flirty version, and that's the more mature, cool version of them. But they are not the same. Don't get it twisted, because I'm not about to sit here and tell y'all it's a dupe, because everybody's trying to find people don't like Baccarat, but they want a dupe for it. Okay. A dupe means duplicate. So if you don't like the original, what is the point of getting a duplicate? I don't know. But they complement each other very well, and they smell good together, and they have similar notes. I did the research. They have similar notes. So there's that. Now, maybe you want to get into ouds. Middle Eastern fragrances have a lot of ouds in them. Now, this was the oud I was telling you guys about. It is the prettiest oud I've ever come across. It is so pretty. Like, when I think of oud, I don't think pretty. You don't think pretty when you think of oud, because in essence, oud is not a pretty thing. But when they created this oud, oh my gosh, y'all, it's a fave. This oud is the prettiest. It's gorgeous. It is a gorgeous oud. Jasmine Oud Absolute by Habibi New York. Like I said, one of my faves. It is so pretty, y'all. Like, the bottles are cute. And this is why I was saying, like, bottle design is important. Because this is how you would hold a perfume to spray it. Some bottles are difficult to spray. I'm not gonna lie. I like my Carolina Herrera Good Girl, but the bottle is difficult to spray. And I always used to think, like, Bond No. 9 fragrances, like, the bottles are ugly, but they're actually not ugly. And holding them, they fit perfectly in your hands like this. Like, this is how you spray perfume. It fits perfect and it doesn't hurt and it's not difficult to spray. But yes, this is my favorite oud, y'all. Now, this is not an in-depth video. This is just us scratching the surface of fragrances. So I'm not going into each fragrance in the note. I will do that in, you know, later videos coming up. But this one, if I had to pick a oud to wear forever, this would be that oud, y'all. No lie. It is gorgeous. It's such a feminine oud. Like, it's super, like, it's kind of floral and sweet, but not too sweet. And it's like the perfect balance of oud. I don't know, y'all. Maybe you're a floral sweetie. Like, you like the floral fragrances. Okay. This one is Miss Dior Rose and Roses. This was a recommendation from Aaliyah's Face. It's very floral. It's definitely a springtime type of fragrance. Also, I forgot to talk about that with y'all. Sometimes you'll like a fragrance in the summer, but you won't like it in spring. Sometimes you'll like it in the fall, but you won't like it in winter. Sometimes you'll like a fragrance in the winter, but you don't like it in summer. You know what I mean? Some fragrances are better on your body chemistry and better with the atmosphere, depending on the weather, you know? Just depending on the weather, you guys. So sometimes you gotta revisit a fragrance. That's what I had to do with some fragrances. I had to revisit them and I was like, oh no, I really like this. So give yourself some grace. You might have to revisit a fragrance every now and then because sometimes the weather don't call for certain fragrances. Like, I don't wear this right now. Alright, I'm gonna take that back because one, I'm a person, I wear my fragrances whenever the heck I feel like it. Whenever the heck I feel like it, I'm gonna wear a fragrance. But sometimes some fragrances, you know, you just know to leave them for a certain season. This is like your floral, springtime, freshy, like daytime scent. Definitely, okay? Definitely a daytime scent. Now, maybe you like sweet perfume. This is a cheapie but a goodie, y'all. I'm so pissed that I only bought one. I found this at Primark. I have no way of finding it again. You know, Primark doesn't have a website that you can order from in America, I believe. I think they finally have one for like the UK or something, but there's not, like, I hate that. So I can't, I don't think I've been to Primark since I bought this perfume and I don't think I've seen it again. I bought it in 2020. It's an eau de toilette, but baby, she's strong, okay? So I like it. It's candy sweet. To me, when people say like Prada candy and they say it's childish sweet, this is childish sweet, but this is better than Prada candy, in my opinion. This is the strongest toilette I've come across, and it was like $9, y'all. I had it since 2020, and it's about half done. But I'm nursing her because I can't find her again. And I like this. I like having a super sweet in my collection because sometimes maybe I'm wearing a more like stronger oud or something that needs to be toned in a little bit to make it like blend with my outfit and my vibe that I'm going for. This is that girl, okay? I don't care. Cheapy but a goodie. It was $9. It's a toilet and it's very, very strong. It's called Pink Blossom and it is from Primark. Okay. So maybe you're a gourmand lover. Now, gourmand means edible. So maybe you are a person who likes fragrances that are like almost edible in smell. And these are the fragrances that tend to get us women the most complimented by men. Men love gourmands. They probably don't know what the hell a gourmand is, but they love gourmands. Vanilla-based scents, edible scents, that is the most captivating to a man. They love it. So this might be up your alley. Now, just because you like gourmands doesn't mean you'll like this. But I'm just showing you guys like an example of each category that I have in my collection. So this is Killian's Princess. I love it. Most like I said before, people don't like it. I like it. I don't care. Super sweet, but to me, it's that girl. Like I said, I am a lady. I'm all for strong, powerful scents. I have a few of those, but my whole entire collection cannot be strong and powerful scents because sometimes they be coming off smelling like aftershave. It just depends. Like them Tom Fords, no offense. But yeah, like the sweeties ain't never do nothing to nobody, okay? Now, we're almost done, you guys. This is a long video, but let's talk fresh. If you are a freshy type of girl, and fresh is like this. This is Moschino Fresh Gold Couture. That they would make it like functional like this. You would think they would just all the way commit instead of halfway committing, right? Like it's still a regular spray. Still a regular spray bottle. It's a freshie. Let me tell you, I'm not a freshie. I'm not a freshie type of girl. But this is my favorite freshie I've come across. When I say freshie are like clean type of scents. Dolce & Gabbana Light Blue is probably one of the most popular freshies. But to me, that smells like Windex. No offense to those who like it. But it gives cleaning supply vibes. Like, it's not a like, it stinks in the sense that it smells like cleaning supply. But it's not stink like you're gonna be funky. You know what I mean? Because there's different levels of stink. To me, it stinks because it's like, why would I want to smell like cleaning supplies? But you won't stink like, ew, you smell like dirty or nothing like that. So, yeah. So, yes. Moschino Fresh Gold Couture is a nice freshie. Smells real good. I have this size and I have a travel size. I want to get the original, the blue one and the pink one, but it's sold out on a website that I was looking at it on, so I'm gonna try to get it on somewhere else. This is another designer fragrance that I'm trying to get. Should have put that in my list earlier. But yes, this is a freshie, but it's a nice freshie in my opinion because it's like a great balance of clean fresh. So this perfume that I'm about to show you guys is not for everybody. Not for everybody. Most people will stay clear of it. But this is a amber perfume. And if you study perfume notes, you might like amber. This is that girl. Now, she is a strong one. You cannot spray 50-11 sprays of her. She will have you in a chokehold, literally, like choking. But this is that girl. Like, this is my confident, I'm a boss, I'm here to handle business. This is that scent for me. This is that scent for me. And it smells amazing on me. I don't wear perfumes that don't smell good on me. Like when people say, how do people wear something? I'm assuming most people aren't wearing fragrances that people think stink on them. And no, it's not all about other people's opinions. But, excuse me, you gotta remember, most times you become nose blind to perfume that you already have on. So after a few, you won't even smell it on yourself anymore, but other people will have to deal with it because they'll smell it on you. You know what I mean? So I don't wear stuff that doesn't work with my body chemistry. Any perfume that I don't like it on the paper. I don't like it in the bottle. I don't like it at first spray, dry down, or anything. I don't like it at all. Literally, there are no perfumes that I have liked in the bottle and sprayed on me and they didn't smell good on me. I don't know if it works for other people, because I know people always like perfumes on other people but spraying on themselves and hate it. I've never had that experience so far. And that's not to say I won't have that experience, but personally, I've never sprayed a perfume on myself that I liked in a bottle and then hated it on me. Never. It's never happened. Sometimes I spray a perfume that I don't like in the bottle, spray it on me, and it smells amazing. So, yeah. This is one of them type of perfumes. It's amber, it's powerful, it's deep. It's kind of like, this would fit in with the Liquors collection for Killian because it's kind of boozy in my opinion. Kind of boozy, but I like it. It's definitely that girl, that strong girl that you might be intimidated by, but she's not intimidating. You're just intimidated by her. She's that girl, okay? Okay, so let's talk tropical, coconutty type scents. I don't have a lot of these, but this is I think my favorite Tom Ford scent. And this is Tom Ford's Eau de Soleil Blanc. Now y'all, this is the Toilette, okay? Because I like the Toilette better than the perfume. The Eau de Parfum it's okay, but the Toilette to me is better. So this is a coconutty, like, it's like fresh, but in a tropical way. It's a tropical, fresh, coconutty type of situation. I like it. And the thing is, I'm a heavy perfume sprayer, but these things be filled up, y'all. So trust me and believe when I say I'm wearing them and I'm spraying them. I have so many, so it's so easy for me to rotate where a bottle is not getting finished all the way, because they are kind of expensive. I got expensive taste when it comes to perfume, but I also have, if it smells good, taste too, because like I showed y'all my little $9, that is my bae. I wear her all the time, okay? And I get a lot of compliments on her, and people I be like, y'all, I got this at Primark, but I can't find it again. So trust me, it ain't about the price, but when your perfumes are a little bit more expensive, you don't want to be going through the bottle in 2-3 months. At least a year is a good time to have. Perfumes do expire, but if you store them properly, this is why I have mine in cabinets where it's like kind of dark in the cabinet a little bit, because that's good for your perfumes, you know? But you don't want them expiring too fast, you know, or you don't want them running out too fast. But yes, this is that girl. She's tropical. Now this is a scent that's not for everybody. Some people like tobacco scents. Like, people love tobacco vanille from Tom Ford. I am not a fan. If I have to reach for a tobacco scent, it would be this, which is honeyed tobacco and oud from Habibi, New York. So this one is another oud, but it's layered with honeyed tobacco. And sometimes when I pick a perfume, I be like, girl, why do you want to smell like that? But then when you spray it, you be like, it smells so good. Like, you be so confused at yourself for the things that you want to smell like. But this one, I like it. I really, really like it. Now, y'all, this one is what I was saying to y'all. This is a scent that replicates a memory. So, for scents that replicate memories, beyond us being like, oh, when you smell Chanel No. 5 or White Diamonds, you think of your grandmama or something like that. These replicas by Maison Margiela. I wish they would come out in perfumes, but these Not all of them, okay? But you have to, like the darker ones, like Jazz Club and Fireplace, they don't smell too great. But this, Bubble Bath, like they smell good. These are like your cute coffee shop date. This is like a coffee shop date type of scent. This is a quick errands type of scent. Like that's the type of scents that to me Maison Margiela makes, because they're toilettes and they're not perfumes, and so they're not long lasting. And that's not to say that all toilettes are not long lasting, because I just showed y'all one earlier that is. But for Maison Margiela, they're not that long lasting. But baby, this is one of the most intoxicating scents I've smelled since I started really collecting perfumes and getting into perfumes. It's so intoxicating. I smell it and I'm like, I really like that. It's good, y'all. After this one I'm about to show y'all, we have one more. This is Angel Share. This is for the people who like boozy scents. If you like a boozy scent, baby, this is that girl, okay? She smells like boozy apple pie. Apple pie and alcohol, y'all, okay? Apple pie and alcohol. And it's not, like, it sounds crazy. Like, why would that smell good? Why, like, you probably look at me like, Kaydeen, why would alcohol and apple pie smell good? But baby, I don't know, because they did it. And it's crazy because he has one called Apple Brandy on the Rocks. So you would be like, you would think like, why would you make Angel Share smell like apples? But baby, she smell good. She do. She's really that girl. This is you're going to a cocktail party. You're meeting somebody for drinks by the bar. This is that type of scent. Like, definitely. Oh, we're just gonna go have appetizers and drinks. This is that girl. Okay, y'all, so now I'm on the last fragrance category. And this is not like all the fragrance categories. This is just the ones that I could think of. But if you like to smell rich, then this is gonna be that girl for you. This is like my most bougie perfume. It's different. It's like, I can't describe the scent because y'all know I am still like, I'm just getting overcome my sense of smell back. But this is one of my bougiest. And I ain't gonna lie to y'all, I've worn her twice. This is that girl. She is that, let's say you're going shopping at a bunch of luxury stores, you put on your nice little outfit, this is that girl, like, she's that girl. So, her and Twilly de Hermes from Hermes, my two richest, to me, they smell rich. They smell like what a department store full of rich people smells like, okay? That's what they smell like. The last thing we're going to talk about is the difference between a cologne, a toilette, a eau de parfum, and a parfum. Now, a parfum / extrait. Alright, y'all. So, people tend to think that colognes are stronger than toilettes. So I might pop it on the screen for y'all. But colognes have the least concentration of perfume oil. So those will fade the fastest. Then it is toilettes. Toilettes have a little bit more. And I want to say the numbers, but y'all, I'm so tired and I forgot. So I'll probably just pop it on the screen. Toilettes have more concentration than colognes, but they still fade fast. Now, that's not to say, you have to remember, everybody formulates perfume differently. Like I said, I have a toilette that'll knock some perfumes and some extracts out the water. But toilettes is typically the next, like, concentrated. And then you have an eau de parfum. An eau de parfum this is the most standard perfume that you come across. Like, it has the most concentration for most brands. Now, after eau de parfum, you have a parfum or an extrait. These are the highest levels of concentration of perfume oil, besides just getting a straight up perfume oil, you know what I mean? Like, they have the highest concentration. They're supposed to have the best sillage, the best throw. They smell the best because they last the longest, okay? Or they're supposed to. Remember, everybody formulates perfumes differently. That's why the percentage range for each, for a cologne, a toilette, eau de parfum, and a parfum are different because everybody formulates them differently. But Yeah, for the most part, to get the most bang for your buck, you're want to go for a eau de parfum, which is the most widely available, or you want to reach for a perfume, a whole perfume or extrait, a parfum or extrait. If it say parfum on it, that is like higher than a regular eau de parfum, because EDPs are what we generally see in brands, but some brands do offer straight up parfums, or you'll see them labeled as like extracts. That's like fully concentrated for real. So some brands definitely do offer those. I have, no lie, I think I have 2 straight up like extracts, and that is my Oud Set Mood extrait and my Baccarat Rouge 540 extrait. Both are from Maison Francis Kurkdjian. Most of my collections are eau de parfums, and some are toilettes. I don't have any colognes. And also, speaking of those, I just want people to know, perfume is not just for women. Perfume has nothing to do with it being for women, for real. These are just the concentration of fragrance oil in there. So that's how you have unisex fragrances, because it's not, cologne is just a lower, and it's typically for men, because usually people typically make colognes for men, but cologne is just a lower concentration. Then you have toilettes, and then eau de parfums slash extras, you know? So it's not a gender, sex type of thing. No, it's just the level of concentration of the perfume oil in there. I definitely think that is all the information that I have for you guys. Stay tuned for more perfume series. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Hit the notification bell, become a part of the notification gang. Share this video with your friends, your family, and your enemies. Don't be stingy with me, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.